Everyone is a manifester, whether you know it or not, whether you like it or not, you are a manifester.
Welcome to the Real on Manifestation podcast. This podcast bridges the gap between mystical and practical, making manifestation real, accessible, and achievable so you are an embodied energetic match to actualize everything you desire. I'm Minerva, your manifestation coach and host, and I've manifested every single thing I have ever wanted. From dream homes, new levels of income, trips, clients, businesses, TV gigs, relationships, as well as winning jackpots and contests. But it's not about the tangible manifestations for me. It's about how you feel and who you be on the way to there. With 3 businesses, 2 kids, and marriage to my childhood sweetheart, one of my proudest manifestations is feeling balanced, spacious, and free in my ever-expanding reality. Creating and maintaining your dream life doesn't have to take force, but ease. And I'm excited to guide you through yours. In this space, you'll receive expert insights and proven tools and strategies you can apply immediately to start manifesting everything you ever want. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Hi, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of The Real on Manifestation. I hope you're enjoying all these episodes because it's about to get better. I will be doing in the coming weeks some live coaching sessions from clients and even people who just volunteer for me to coach them. I'll be coaching them live on this podcast, so you will get a real seat in what really happens in my group sessions and in my live sessions and really see people, women, transform within 30 minutes or less. So stay tuned for that. And I hope you enjoyed last week's episode with Carrie Kugler. It was so good in releasing the shame and stepping into self-leadership so that you are an even more powerful manifester. I'm just feeling so fired up about these episodes, and I really hope it fires something in you as well. If they are speaking to you, I kindly ask that you leave a review, a comment, tag me on Instagram, screenshot this and share it so we can get the word out. But more so, I just want to know that these are speaking to you. And if there's a topic you want me to go deeper into, DM me on Instagram at Goddess of Wisdom Coach, and I would love to do a podcast on that. Today, what we're talking about, what I'm going to share with you, and this may sound not professional, but I'm going to say it anyway. It's what pisses me off about manifestation. That's what we're talking about today. What pisses me off is that people think it's all mystical. They think it's airy-fairy, think positive, just apply what you learned in The Secret, and then they sit there and think, well, nothing's happening. They go into positive toxicity, right? That it's so light and easy and airy, and if they don't get it, and if it doesn't work, they're just going to drop it. What bothers me about it is that people think it's all mystical. Some people are like, oh, I don't manifest, or they think it's something woo-woo and so out there. And it's not something they do. But I swear I've shared this on a podcast or at least on Instagram. You are manifesting. Everyone is a manifester, whether you know it or not, whether you like it or not, you are a manifester. We're all manifesting. Everything we have right now is a manifestation of who we've been being. So the first thing that pisses me off about manifestation is that everyone thinks it's so mystical. Majority of people think it's mystical. It's not something they need to do, or it's not something they are supposed to do because of religion or family or what society says, or they think it's all elementary, it's child's play. So the first thing is, it's not mystical. It's not just about leaving it to God and the universe or higher powers that be, or to the moon or to the sun or where the sun is placed or to different goddesses, whatever it is, or praying to whatever gods. It's not all that. And then what happens is they may do that. They pray, they write it down, they journal, they meditate, and they think positively, they visualize, they do all of the quote unquote airy fairy shit. And then nothing happens. And they're like, well, it doesn't work. That's one part. And then they stop doing it. Or then they start moving forward in an unconscious way and not deliberately, unconsciously manifesting as you are doing in this exact moment. What you did when you woke up this morning, when you went to bed, what you did last week, what you've been doing for the past year or multiple years.
So the first thing that pisses me off about it is that people think it's mystical. The second thing that pisses me off about it is that people think it's all about doing. It's all about being practical. And that the only way to get your goals in business and life and money and to get those mystical big visions and those big goals and to succeed and hit the next level in your business and life and achieve your dream life is through all doing, is through all practicality, is through all strategy. And it's not. Because you and I know if you're feeling blah, you're feeling burnt out, you're feeling empty even after you achieve the thing where you had, multiple women come to your event, you've had a retreat, you put out a program, or you got the job, you have the husband, you have the kids, and you still feel blah. You still feel like something's missing. And the reason being is that you can be where you wanted to be. This is what you prayed for, the husband, house, and kids and job, and still feel empty, still feel blah, still feel burnt out because you were just doing. You did it based all on action. You did it based all on checking the list off, based on following what was logical, based on what everyone else said to do, based on other people's formulas and roadmap to success. You followed that, you did that. But you didn't get what it is that you really wanted, which was to feel abundant, at peace, successful. Whatever it is you wanted to feel, whatever it is you thought you would feel when you achieved what it is you have today, or why it is that you want what you want tomorrow. So I want to bring that to the forefront and now lead you into what manifestation really is about. So to summarize that little rant there, what pisses me off about manifestation is about all the things manifestation is not. It's not all mystical. It's not all practical. The truth about manifestation is it is about the intangible and tangible. It is about the mystical factors, and it's about the practical factors as well. I was writing my new group coaching program called Super Human Mastermind. We're going to drop their link. I'll tell you a little bit more about that at the end. But as I was writing it, I knew I was going to birth this at some point. It came out. I wrote it. I feel it. I trust it. I can see, feel, imagine the women in it. It's going to be full. It's going to be beautiful. And as I was writing the page, there is a part here. I'll even read a little bit to you. There's a part here where I stop ego manifesting, which is manifesting without God. Ego meaning edging God out. So when you ego manifest is when you feel burnt out, you feel blah, you get there and you look around and you're like, that's it? Like, what's next? Right? So I was listing out all the things that when I decided to stop ego manifesting, and it's easy, spacious schedule where I work 3 days a week within my 3 businesses, clarity and deepening into my genius and gifts, working with soul-aligned clients, effortlessly enrolling students in my school Starseed Academy. I have daily me time, weekly days off, monthly spa days with myself, quality time with my family and friends. I take days off of my business without being like, oh, it's going to impact my money, or feeling guilty if the kids are home because I should be working. I don't do that. I don't feel that. And it also went into like how I'm making more money than I ever did before, and deeper connection with my husband, and ultimately the life that I want. And as I was writing it, and I rewrote it and reread it over and over again, and I made sure to add this in afterwards, it hit me. This is why people think manifestation is a joke, or they have misconceptions about it. It's because they think that this life that they want comes from something outside of them, comes because of a higher power, and only because of that. God, source, spirit, the light, the universe, whatever you want to name it. They think it's something mystical and something bigger and separate from them, outside of them. And they put it all in that person's hands, that higher power's hands. And then if it doesn't happen, well, God doesn't love them. Higher power doesn't look after them. They're not favored. They're not one of the lucky ones. They put all of the power outside of them. And they don't see that the power lives within them. that they are the power, they are the light, they are God being, light being here manifested into physical form. So that higher power source energy that exists and created worlds, created you, therefore lives in you. Just like how you have the DNA from your biological father and mother, you have DNA from both sides. You therefore have DNA from the source, God, light, higher power that be. And it lives within you, not outside of you. And so the problem here is people think that these grand results is outside of them, is in the hands of something that is like micromanaging and the puppeteer and saying, you get to have this, you get to have this, and no, you don't get to have this, and no, you can't have that. They think there's this person in the sky that has like this ruler stick disciplining and deciding who gets what. Not realizing that God's source energy, the light that created you, lives in you and therefore works within you if you choose to work with it. And so these results that I shared with you and the results that you desire in your life and the results that you have created in your life is not just because of this one thing, because of this entity, because of this power. And it's also not because of all me. It wasn't all God's source energy, and it wasn't all me. What I mean by that is that I didn't just say, God, this is what I want, and I left it to God, and I said, here's my checklist, go. And if it happens, great. And if it doesn't happen, you need to work harder, God. So it wasn't like I had this checklist. I wrote it down. This is what I want to manifest by the end of this year. It has to come this way. It has to look this way. By this time, I want it now. Why don't I have it now? So it's not like I made this grand list and gave it to God and just left it. And I also didn't make a list of what it is that I wanted and just went full head on, full bull forward. Like, you know, those bulls you take out of the pen and they ride the bull and they go wild and crazy. That's the image that came in my mind. I didn't go full throttle with it either. I have in the past. And that's an ego manifestation where I'm like, okay, what do I need to do? Let me make the list. Now, what's the next thing to do? Okay, make the post, do 3 posts a week, do the newsletters, reach out to this person, do this, get the certification, finish the certification by this time, launch the program here, get my website up here. That is full on me mode. And what I'm saying here is that it's a merriment of both. It's a balance of both. It's a harmony of both. There is tuning in and having a relationship with the higher power, source light being that exists, that created you, that put you here in this moment, on this planet, in this space and time, that you are a manifestation of this light source being here in physical form. And in that, you have a purpose, you have a mission, you have desires. You're here to birth and bring things to life. You're here to experience life to the fullest. And when you work in synergy with that energy, higher source, God source, power, whatever you want to name it, and when you tune in, tap into that energy, to that flow, this is where you work in harmony. This is where you work in flow. This is flow manifestation. This is ease. Tune in to what is your purpose? Why are you here? What are your gifts? What are you meant to do? You can simply ask God, what would you have me do today? Tell me what I would do and I will do it. My mantra when I transitioned from being a professional dancer to a spiritual coach, this is before I discovered I was a spiritual coach. And in fact, the mantra I used was spirit lead the way and I will follow. And then I tuned into that energy and I listened to it and I took action from it. And that's the second piece. It's not all you. It's not all action. It's not all strategy. It's not all logical. And that's the flip side of it too, where people think manifestation doesn't work because they tilt the scale too far in the other direction of it's all me, it's all thinking. I got to think properly, I have to do properly, I have to do more, I'm not doing enough. It's very logical. These are the logical steps, therefore there's supposed to be logical results. And it's not that either. All of these things in my life is not just because of me, because I worked hard, because I did the mindset work, because I did the inner healing. I worked with therapists, I worked with coaches. It's not because I got the training. It's not because I used my resources to get this program. It's not because I'm a favorite or I've been favored or whatever the thing is, or that I'm lucky. People have told me you're lucky. I go, no, I created this. When people think, oh, you go to the spa every month, there's a little bit of judgment I get. Often, it used to bother me, but now I just kind of laugh. The reason I'm able to go to the spa every month is because I desired it, number one, and it felt good to me. It's my truth. And then I took the steps to start making it happen. Figured out my budget, worked some things around. I got honest. I did a lot of money work. I did a lot of mindset work because it brought up things. It brought up fears. It brought up judgment from other people, mostly judgment within myself. What does this mean? I look like a spoiled brat going to the spa. And then my coach the other day, she said it so lovingly, and I know she meant it in such a good way, but she's like, you're always in a vibey place. Like I was just at a restaurant with like beautiful palm trees in the back in Toronto, but like patio weather, just so fun, right? So I just wanted to get out my office and just go work somewhere else. And she's just like, I just love it. You're always in a vibey place. And I loved that she reflected that to me because, yeah, I always go to places that feel good to me, whether it's in my backyard or how I make up my office, or I go to the spa to work, or I decide to work on vacation, or I decide not to work on vacation. But again, back to my point that these things didn't happen just from doing. It was a merriment of both. My best manifestations that I share in this program on the sales page there is that it came when I worked in unison with source, light being, higher power. Outside of me, all around me, that higher energy that created me, and I tapped into what exists within me. So I worked with that higher power as well as the higher power within me, outside of me and within me. And I worked on expanding all levels of capabilities within me. I expanded emotionally, mentally, physically, energetically. I did the things that I could do within myself to stretch myself, to go deeper within myself, to get uncomfortable, to cleanse, clear, renew myself, to align myself to that of the higher mind, the higher power that be, God, source, energy. And when you work in unison with that, that is alignment. That is truth. That is where you experience flow. And that's what I then created the Super Human Mastermind. Because when you are working and manifesting with God and within your highest capabilities within you, what's in your power and the power you were given within you, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, energetically, and when you work within your highest capacities, your highest capabilities within you and expand yourself on all level and work with the higher power that be, you become superhuman. You feel unstoppable. You are unstoppable. You can create anything. You can create anything literally like in the snap of a finger. Where it's now to the point where I can think something and it manifests so quickly. I ran the retreat recently. It was so beautiful, so beautiful. I created it. I felt it. I sensed it, what it was going to be like, who was going to be there. They all came. And I'm preparing for the day and the space is open. It's beautiful. It's ready. And I just got this vision of I'm going to receive a plant today. I had no idea. And one of the participants walks in and goes, "This is for you." It was this beautiful mint plant, what actually me and my husband wanted. And it happened within that time. But that's what happens when you clear the space, when you clear the gunk, clear the pipes, things flow through easily. And you're not working against yourself. You're not working against the universe. You're not working against the higher powers that be. You're not working against what is meant for you. And so I wanted to share that because I really want to clear up the misconceptions around manifestation. It's not all mystical. It's not all practical. It's not all God. It's not all you. It's a merriment and balance of both. It's the synergy between the two. And that's where true ease, flow, and fulfilling manifestations come from. Where you just don't achieve things just because it's going to make you look successful, you think you're going to feel successful, or you're just checking off the list, or what is going to make you look like in your industry, among your peers, around your family. It's not about that anymore. You can continue doing that, absolutely, but it's going to cost you something. Your soul, your energy, your heart, your passion, time on earth pass without living up to your purpose and the mission in your heart and your purpose and your gifts. So when you step into manifesting with God, manifesting from the place of God within you, when I say God, source, higher power, that be, and stepping into the higher capabilities within yourself, within your human, within expanding your mind, expanding your consciousness, expanding your emotional space, expanding your energetic field, expanding your spirituality, expanding what you're capable of doing, and being more potent and powerful and productive in what you do to therefore carry out, create, and manifest what it is that is in alignment to you, your soul, God, source, higher power, and your purpose as to why you came here and what you're meant to experience. And also don't think that your purpose has to be so huge and has to be on stage or on TV for it to be purposeful, for it to be impactful, for it to be worth it. We each have our own purpose. We each have our own desires, and they're meant to come alive. And the longer you suppress it, the longer you suppress you. And the longer you feel that discord and separation from the higher powers that be, that's within you and outside of you. So I hope you enjoyed this one. Manifestation, true manifestation, fulfilling manifestation is a merriment of both. And I hope you feel called to check out the Super Human Mastermind. I'm going to leave the details below, but I'll share a little bit about it here. This is a space for women who are ready to step in to a higher level of creating and living and being in this world. You may be a coach, you may be a healer, you may be an entrepreneur, you may be a wife, you may be a parent, and you've manifested and created so much in your life, and you're ready to receive more, and you're ready to be more impactful, and you're ready to receive more, and you're ready to step into and show up in the fullness of who you are and no longer dwindle in doubt, in fear, in smallness. You're ready to step into the bigness of you and work with the bigness that there is, that exists. So it's co-creating with God and tapping into the highest capabilities within you, in your mind, in your body, in your soul. We meet every 2 weeks in a group setting. I teach you a superhuman lesson, tap into some superhuman wisdom, share with you. We apply it, whether it's a mindset, a mental thing, emotional, spiritual, energetic, practical, and aligning that and expanding your capabilities within you and ensuring that we are working in alignment to the flow that there is, the higher creative intelligence. And when we work in synergy to that, that's where you start experiencing more ease and flow and power in what you are doing. So yes, you're going to have to take action. Yes, it is practical, but we need to start with the being, because that is what really makes a difference. It doesn't matter how much you do, how much you post, or checking off that list. That does not matter when you don't have the energy, the right energy, the aligned energy, the higher intelligence energy behind it. And that's what the Superhuman Mastermind is about. And until July 1st, the first month is free. And then you can do a 9-month payment plan, or you can pay in full for a one-on-one session with me. So check it out. If you have any questions, you can DM me on Instagram, or you can email our office at info@goddessofwisdom.ca. And I hope to see you there. Thank you all for listening. See you next week.